My heart relationship with Beloved has also been the context of my life since I was born. And one way that he has proved himself to my heart over and over is in his transformation of my relationship with my mother. Especially after I moved to Naitumba when I was 15. And my mother has had multiple sclerosis since before I was born. And much of my memory of my life has been the stages of her physical decline and my care for her more and more as she was able to do less and less. And although it was deeply unspoken in me, by the time I came here when I was 15, I was very much frozen in my feeling, and the terminal nature of life was so much in front of me from such an early age that I couldn't enjoy myself. It was like the end of life was before me before life even almost had begun. And I was full of a feeling of morbid responsibility and fear, essentially. And Beloved, through so much time and so many moments with him, essentially rescued both of our hearts. And through his demonstration of ecstasy and freedom at heart, moved us beyond this place of fear and mortality and all limitation to where there was only him. And there's one moment in particular that I want to tell about that demonstrates this to me so well, and that was one Donavir Mela. He was in his bedroom gifting his family, and I had made for my mother, for her gift, a Rudrakshamala for her murti. And I asked if he would bless it. And it's perfect because he did, and he took what I thought was my gift to her and made it his gift to both of us, which just says it for my lifetime, essentially. And I thought he might glance at it or maybe touch it with his finger, and that would have been completely sufficient. But he instead, I brought the tray in front of him, and he grabbed it with his right hand by the master bead and just raised it up off the tray, straight up, and then whipped it over his head 3 times with the force of worlds, like circling a globe, and then looked out over the top of my head. I was sitting right in front of him. And by some miracle, I was able to see the path of his gaze. And this is what I saw. Lifetimes, flashing, like time-lapse photography, flashing past, all form, any form, her, me, all our relations, every shred of incarnation. I just felt his gaze just go straight through it, out the other side. It was so obvious. It was not blissful. It wasn't anything else but just plain true. And he was actually in his bedroom facing this way, so we are in the trajectory of that gaze right now, in fact. And that moment is so obvious to my heart. It's completely available all the time. It's always been there in every most difficult moment. He's seen this too. I saw him do it. He's seen this too. He sees it. The truth of his gaze is completely active, and the pictures will flash past in their time, and whatever time it takes them to go by, but it's old news to the divine eye. He's seen it. He's done it. He's accomplished it. He's been there, you know. There's no limit in time on his presence and his gaze. And this is what he gave my family, is to take the loving but narrow gift of human life that a parent can give their child and widen it infinitely. And this is the heart heritage he gives all his devotees, all beings, is this gift of eternal life, beyond mortality, beyond fear, till there's only him. Thank you, Master.